In travel news for October 31st, 2024, we talk about the TSA extending the Real ID deadline and expanding digital ID acceptance at airports. Disney introduces the Lightning Lane Premier Pass for faster entry to popular rides, and Venice increasing its day tripper tax to better manage crowds and protect its heritage. But before we begin, I'm Brandon with the Adept Traveler, an award-winning travel agency that makes travel so easy. Even a blind traveler like myself can do it. And now, Today in Travel. In travel news for October 31st, 2024, we talk about Venice doubling its day tripper tax to €10 for last-minute visits in 2024 and increasing the number of applicable days, aiming to control overtourism and preserving the city's historic charm. But before we begin, I'm Brandon with the Adept Traveler, an award-winning travel agency that makes travel so easy. Even a blind traveler like myself can do it. And now, Today in Travel. The Transportation Security Administration has introduced a new rule extending the use of traditional driver's license for identification at airport security checkpoints until May 7th, 2025. With the final rule, travelers can continue using their driver's licenses and, at some airports, mobile driver's licenses for identification at security checkpoints without needing a real ID for an extended period. The Real ID Act's security requirements have faced multiple delays, with the latest extension pushing enforcement till May 7th, 2025. This final rule from the TSA officially allows driver's licenses to be used at security checkpoints and in federal buildings until then. The rule is a reprieve for travelers who have yet to transition to Real IDs, offering more time and flexibility for states and individuals to comply with the enhanced requirements. With the rise of digital identification, mobile driver's license have emerged as a key component in the TSA's updated security framework. Unlike a physical driver's license, a mobile driver's license is a digital version stored on a smartphone, easily accessible and convenient for those accustomed to digital wallets. The TSA currently accepts mobile driver's licenses issued by 11 states, including Arizona, California, and Maryland, across 27 airports nationwide. Each mobile driver's license must be verified at security checkpoints using a reader or scanner which confirms the authenticity of the ID and the traveler's identity. Starting on November 25th, 2024, TSA will offer states a temporary waiver option for Real ID requirements, allowing continued use of mobile driver's license even as the Real ID enforcement date approaches. Once approved, these waivers will ensure travelers from states utilizing mobile driver's licenses can continue accessing TSA security checkpoints with minimal disruptions. The shift to digital IDs represents a major change in how we handle identification, especially at airports. For travelers, mobile driver's licenses provide a convenient alternative to physical IDs. No more digging through wallets, no more misplaced IDs. However, with the rollout of mobile driver's license still limited to select states and airports, only a fraction of travelers currently benefit from the technology. Additionally, while mobile driver's licenses may simplify airport security, travelers should expect an adjustment period as TSA continues to expand and refine the digital ID technology. One point to consider is the temporary nature of this allowance. The TSA intends to finalize more comprehensive requirements for mobile driver's licenses, which will gradually replace the waiver system. For travelers who want to take advantage of mobile driver's license or other digital IDs, it's best to monitor TSA announcements as more states join the program and airport technology improves to meet mobile driver's license standards. Eventually, the TSA hopes to implement the readers nationwide, making the use of digital IDs a standard practice across all U.S. airports. As travel increasingly shifts to digital solutions, the TSA's extension of the Real ID deadline and the gradual acceptance of digital IDs marks significant progress towards a more streamlined and modernized identification process. This phased approach benefits travelers, easing the transition while offering the convenience of a digital wallet for identification. However, with Real ID enforcement looming, travelers should remain proactive about their ID needs. The option to use traditional driver's license or state ID until 2025 buys some time, but the rise of mobile driver's license suggests a future where digital IDs become essential for hassle-free travel. For those in states with approved mobile driver's license, it might be time to consider adopting this digital tool. Just don't forget to check that your preferred airports are equipped to support this new wave of traveler-friendly technology. Disney has announced the upcoming launch of the Lightning Lane Premier Pass, a new premium service designed to streamline entry to popular attractions at both Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort. Set to roll out in limited quantities, this pass will offer travelers exclusive access to expedited entry across a selection of attractions, making it easier for visitors to explore Disney's most sought-after rides. Disney's latest offering in theme park convenience, the Lightning Lane Premier Pass, is designed for travelers aiming to maximize their experience at Disneyland and Disney World. Available in limited quantities, this new pass grants a one-time streamlined entry to each available Lightning Lane entrance within a guest's chosen park. The pass expands on Disney's existing Lightning Lane options by bundling access to both multi-pass and single-pass attractions without requiring guests to select a specific experience time. At Disneyland Resort in California, travelers can secure the Lightning Lane Premier Pass on a first-come, first-served basis starting 2 days before their park reservation. This pass covers both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, allowing holders the flexibility to explore either or both parks on the same day. For those planning a visit to Disney World in Florida, the Premier Pass will initially be available exclusively to guests staying at Disney's Deluxe or Deluxe Villa resorts, offering expedited access at one chosen park per day. Purchases can be made up to 7 days before a guest stay, providing a head start in securing this limited access pass. For travelers, the Lightning Lane Premier Pass brings a promising convenience, albeit at a higher price point that varies by date and park. The appeal lies in its simplicity and flexibility, offering expedited access to Disney's top attractions without the hassle of scheduling each experience in advance. This is especially beneficial for those who prioritize efficient park navigation and want to avoid extensive planning. Yet, the exclusivity of this pass, available only to Disney World's deluxe hotel guests and in limited supply at Disneyland, suggests it may cater more to Disney's upscale audience. By targeting higher-end customers, Disney is signaling that the Premier Pass isn't just about skipping the line, it's an experience upgrade for travelers who value time and flexibility over cost. For some, the added expense may be worthwhile, especially during peak seasons where ride lines can stretch for hours. However, the Premier Pass's availability restrictions may prove frustrating for travelers who don't meet these specific qualifications, particularly at Disney World, where non-deluxe guests are excluded. The Lightning Lane Premier Pass marks a new chapter in Disney's approach to theme park access, setting a premium precedent for those who prioritize convenience. Travelers who secure their pass can expect a smoother, less time-intensive experience with access to Disney's popular rides, which can transform a day at the park into a more leisurely adventure. However, with limited quantities and premium pricing, the pass may not be for everyone. As Disney continues testing this new offering, travelers may want to keep an eye on availability and pricing trends. While the Premier Pass can make a difference for those keen on avoiding crowds and optimizing their visit, the standard Lightning Lane options may still suffice for those who prefer a more traditional experience. For now, this pass adds an intriguing layer to the Disney experience, one that seems destined to appeal to travelers looking for a faster, more flexible way to explore the magic of Disney parks. In a renewed effort to combat the effects of overtourism, Venice is extending its day tripper tax with stricter regulations and increased fees for same-day reservations. This expanded entry tax aims to address the long-standing influx of tourists in the historic city while improving the quality of life for residents and preserving Venice's delicate cultural heritage. While the initiative remains controversial, it's part of a broader plan by city officials to reduce crowding and create a more sustainable visitor experience. To help alleviate the impact of overtourism, Venice's day tripper tax initiative is expanding. Initially launched as part of a pilot program, the fee applies to tourists who visit without staying overnight, a group often criticized for contributing to congestion without directly supporting local businesses or services. From April 18th through July 27th, 2025, day trippers will need to pay an increased fee on peak days, covering Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and public holidays. The tax varies depending on how early a traveler reserves. Last-minute travelers pay €10, which is roughly $10.85 US, while those booking at least 4 days in advance pay €5, or roughly $5.43 US. To avoid the fee, travelers can opt to stay overnight in the city, as overnight guests already pay a separate lodging tax. Meanwhile, exemptions are available for various groups, including residents, workers, and students, as well as those visiting for essential services. For travelers, this extended and higher day tripper tax may signal a need for more advanced planning to minimize costs. The higher fees and limited access days reflect a strong stance by Venice to manage the steady influx of visitors and preserve the city's infrastructure. With fines for violators set to reach up to €300, which is roughly $325.71 US, Venice appears determined to maintain its stricter approach, especially during the busiest times of the year. Yet, for many, the impact of these fees raises questions. Critics argue that the tax does little to curb actual visitor numbers. Data from the trial period revealed an unexpected increase in entries, around 7,000 additional tourists on average compared to previous years. This apparent surge in visitors, despite the entry fee, suggests that the tax may not be fully deterring crowds. Additionally, critics, including opposition officials, assert that the tax has become more of a financial instrument than an effective crowd management tool. Venice's approach to managing overtourism also highlights a larger issue faced by heritage sites worldwide. UNESCO's decision not to list Venice as endangered was in part a result of the city's effort to introduce this entry fee alongside other measures, such as limits on tour group sizes and a ban on cruise ships through the city's core waterways. By balancing the desire for preservation with the city's reliance on tourism, Venice is navigating a delicate path between protecting its heritage and supporting its economy. Nonetheless, some residents and advocacy groups worry that the tax fails to address deeper issues of infrastructure strain and housing affordability. These groups note that the city has lost a significant portion of its population, with the number of tourist accommodations now exceeding resident housing. Without deeper structural changes, they argue the fee may continue to fall short of its intended impact. Venice's expanded day tripper tax embodies the city's push to find solutions to overtourism, though the effectiveness of this fee remains contested. Travelers planning to visit may want to consider booking ahead to avoid last-minute fees, while those aiming for a more immersive experience might find overnight stays to be more economical in the long run. For Venice, the challenge lies in balancing tourism with sustainable urban life, a balance that, despite ongoing efforts, still seems elusive. As the program continues, it may serve as a model for other tourist-heavy cities grappling with similar issues, but it's clear that the ultimate solution for Venice may require a multifaceted approach. For now, this tax extension offers a glimpse into the future of travel policies in popular destinations, where the price of admission could become a key tool for crowd management. Today in Travel is brought to you by The Adept Traveler, an award-winning travel agency that specializes in making travel easier for everyone. From the novice to the expert, from the able-bodied to the disabled traveler, it's our belief that everybody deserves to travel better. Until next time, travel well, my friends.